It's your boy, Dat Guy Ike. It's for everybody that wanted to get to know me. Now I'm here. Ask away. Sinner's future. I came up with the concept of sinner's future because you get a lot of the elders in church, they usually say, you know, every sin has a past, every sin has a future. So I thought it'd be cool, you know, and different to have, you know, my own thing, because I really do this music stuff for the sinner, to try to bring them to Christ. So I was going through the Bible, I believe it's Matthew 9, when they were having dinner at Matthew's house, and they were asking Jesus, why are you here with all these sinners? And in that same conversation, Jesus let them know that it's not the healthy that needs the doctor, it's the sick, that his desire isn't sacrifice, it's mercy. He hasn't came for the righteous, but yet he has come for the sinner to lead them to repentance. That's the whole purpose of Sinner's Future. I do my music just for the people out there that are struggling, you know, with faith and with life and don't know which way to go. I feel like I relate to those people because I've been there. From those same neighborhoods, you know, talk the same way, dress the same way. It's just the whole purpose of Sinner's Future, man. It just helps me relate to other people. If you feel like that's something you want to be down with, hit me up, you know? One of the questions I get asked a lot is, how has music influenced my life? And I've been around music my whole life. My godfather, man, rest in peace, Freddie, one of the biggest inspirations behind me doing what I do and behind me doing music. Since I was a baby, big headphones on, Michael Jackson just blasting. Well, I was just always around music. All of my uncles, my dad, they all play instruments, guitars, drums. It's just something that I feel like is in me. I wrote my first song at 7 years old. I've been recording since I've been, 13, so music has just always been that thing. It's my therapy. I was never good at sports, didn't really do too good in school. I could when I wanted to, but it just didn't give me that same outlet that music had, because music I knew was something I was good at. It was something I felt like I was the best at. I'm not saying I'm the greatest, but better than a lot of people out there. With Jesus inspiring that music, it could only be, nothing but the best. My wife is a dancer, my daughter sings. Music is the universal language. It has the effect to change the world for the better, if you do the right music. Some more influences of mine on music was definitely my older brother. He used to, get the tapes and stuff and record the shows off the radio when they used to come on, like WBLS, I-97 and stuff like that in New York, which is where I'm from, BX, stand up. He used to do that and then get the mics and talk over them so he could be like his own DJ. He used to push his little tapes out in the neighborhood and give them to friends at school. Then my other brother, Shaft, who actually does a lot of my production now, he was rapping with the dudes in the neighborhood. They had their group and stuff like that. And I used to see that and be like, yo, I want to be just like that. Like I said, I'm not good in ball, I'm not good at any of the other stuff. So music was just something that was just always there that I knew I was good at. I always had a thing for putting words together that could pull on people's emotions. It definitely was inspiring, man. Inspired by, like I said, JoJo Shaft, my homeboy Joker Jay in Philly right now. What's up, Jay? And Jazz Golden, man. Like Shaft, Joker, and Jazz. If I could have been like any artist in the world, those would be the three artists I would love to be like, because they were just the best at what they did, man. And to this day, I pay homage to those dudes, man. Another one of my influences as well, the late great Jam Master Jay. Jay was actually very inspirational to me during my teens. Got a chance to meet him, hang out with him. He was a very, very good dude. I met with him once, and then from there the relationship we were just rocking with one another. I used to be in the studio all the time with him, man. Actually, me and his family are still good friends to this day. Me and his cousin Lala hang out all the time, as a matter of fact. I definitely miss Jay. One of the things that he always told me is that whenever I put music out there, just make sure that it's something I want to be known for, and also make sure that it's something that needs to be heard. So it took me a little while, but I think with this Jesus music, man, I finally get what Jay was saying. I think music, something that, the great artist KRS once said is that if hip-hop has the ability to have a negative impact, and it also has the ability to have a positive impact. How I would like to inspire the world, man, is definitely in a positive light. I feel like I have to be the change that I want to see in the world. Not saying that I can change the world, but, following the word of the Lord, I'm definitely going to die trying, man. I see what things are going on in this world today. One of the things that breaks my heart, man, is like what's going on in Chicago. How these young people are just losing their lives over nonsense, man. Actually, one of the things that inspired me, when I first made my change over into faith, man, was the death of Darian Albert, 14-year-old kid in Chicago. They actually filmed him losing his life. When I seen that, man, it just hurt me. It really, really hurt me, man. I definitely want to have a more positive impact on the world and make sure that people are thinking about the decisions that they're making. You know, I have kids myself, and I wouldn't feel right leaving them in a world that I did nothing to try to change for the better. So that's definitely also another one of my inspirations to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep fighting, to keep trying to spread the gospel, to keep trying to inspire people to dream big, do better. Think about your actions before you make it. Life is much more than somebody stepping on your sneakers or representing a certain block that you don't live on, so now y'all gotta have beef. I think that's ridiculous, man. It's totally ridiculous. That leads me back to the whole point of the Sinner's Future thing, man. Hopefully I can inspire people to do something greater and leave my mark on this world for a greater purpose, you know? The project I'm working on right now is gonna be an EP. I'm looking at maybe 6 to 7 tracks on it. I'm really excited about it. It's been a long time coming. I've started this project many times and then scrapped it. A lot of people know one of the first records that I put out that was very successful was a record called Save Me, featuring Eric Lopez.
I done did the gun and drug music, took a life music. Anyone could change, now I'm thinking what I'm doing. Living reckless while in
that record was just, I was just so passionate about that record. I actually didn't even write the record. I just went in the studio and just, whatever music came, we just recorded. And Save Me was the record that you heard. And that sort of was just like the goal or the starting point for me just to continue pushing. Definitely satisfied with the way that the project is coming right now. I hope people enjoy it. The single Son of a King, which is sort of like a street single that I threw out there just to get your mouth watering a little bit, is doing really well on rapzilla.com and newh2o.com. Make sure you go up there and download it. A lot of people are definitely feeling the record, and I think it's doing what it's supposed to do, which is inspire people, encourage people to look towards Jesus before they make these crazy decisions. Or even if you feel like you're lost in something, just look towards, you know, Jesus to make it happen. You know, so definitely the project will be coming soon. I'm looking towards last quarter this year, maybe first quarter next year, and I hope to have another single dropping for y'all really soon with a video. So we'll see how it goes, man. Just look out for it. The name of the project too is called The Awakening 2.0, Live, Learn, Grow, because that's what I did, man. I woke, I've lived, I've learned, and I feel like I'm growing every single day in this faith, man. So when it drops, be on the lookout for it. Of course, I'll let y'all know. Y'all know how I do. I think this is probably where it first clicked in for me that I need to be doing this Christian hip hop or this faith-based positive hip hop. This is Iglesia El Calvario. It's a church here in Orlando, Florida. September 2009 is when I completely gave my life over to Christ. My wife was going through some issues. My stress was just at an all-time high. I was stressed because I was signed to a record label called Affluent Records. Affluent, thank you for the opportunity. It was time for me to submit my album so it could be released. So as I'm sitting there listening to it, it just clicked in my head. Like, I kid you not, I just started crying, like literally crying, sitting there listening to this record. And it just clicked that I cannot put this record out like this. I can't talk about sex, drugs, violence, alcoholism, just all types of, you know, crazy lifestyle that I don't even encourage my children to do. It's just something that, you know, that I couldn't do. So my wife, I still remember the day, September 6th, it was a Sunday. My wife was like, let's go to church. So I came here, the pastor that was talking at the time, Pastor Gabby, and it's like everything that he was saying was just on point. It was just darts just going into my heart. Every single thing about how I was feeling. I sat in the back of the church with my head down low with a hat on, with a Yankee fitted, which is my normal trademark, is you have Yankee fitteds on. And I just broke down, man. Like I just couldn't do it. So, you know, I think that's why I wanted to come back here and, you know, and do this so y'all can see sort of where the beginning was and see where I'm going and let y'all know, you know, like this is where just all this clicked in that I need to do what I'm doing now. Actually, after I left the church that day, I went to my brother-in-law's house, Eric Lopez, and that's when I recorded Save Me. And it was just me just pleading from my heart. I didn't write the song. I didn't write down any lyrics. I just told him just to turn on the mic, hit record, and whatever comes out, let's just go for it. And it turned out to be the record Save Me. And that's what I felt that I needed at the time. Later that month, what more confirmed that I needed to do this and why this place means so much to me and why I know I needed to be here that Sunday is that 14-year-old Darion Albert in Chicago was murdered. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, this kid is 14 years old. He was just watching a fight, as most kids do, and somebody hits him and kills him and records it, and they continue beating on him. That just literally broke my heart. And I was like, I don't want that to be my kids. I don't want that to be my daughters. I don't want that to be my nephews. I don't want that to be my nieces. I don't want that to be my god kid. I don't want that to be my friends' kids. That shouldn't have to happen to anybody. So definitely I continually pray for the Albert family. And yeah, man, thank you, Cavario, for opening my eyes and making that change in me, you know? I feel like a lot of times I'm just misunderstood, man. Like, musically there, I've had people tell me it sounds like I got unresolved issues because my music is so hard. And my music is so hard is because I'm just that passionate about what I do. So, you know, I understand, you know, when pastors say, oh, you can't perform that in this church. I don't do it for your church. I do it for the sinners, man. I do it to bring people to Christ. I do it to inspire the kids to dream bigger, that there's more to this world. You don't necessarily have to be a rapper. You could be a lawyer, doctor. Trust me, I know a few of those, and they're black too. So you could definitely get it going, you know what I mean? Just gotta dream and want it, man. The more you want it, you know, find your passion, tap into it, go hard for it, and you never know what you could be one day, man. You gotta dream past your block. The world's a lot bigger, man. The stuff that I was able to live and see and go out and do, I would have never thought in a million years a kid from 511 Van Ness Avenue, Bronx, New York, 10460 would have been able to see. I was on stage with Kanye West, for crying out loud. So, you know what I mean? Like, these are just things that were so unimaginable. And even to this day, there's still people back home that can't really wrap their head around some of these things. And yeah, some people may see them as great, but I don't do it for the accolades and the praise, man. You know, I do it to inspire people, you know. Because at the end of the day, all we got is faith and hope, and hoping that we can make something out of ourselves and make this world a better place, man. It's not always about money. You know, if I could have a couple things back in this world other than money, man, I would want my godfather back, my grandmother back, and a better world for my kids to be raised in. That's it. You keep all the money, all the fame, all that stuff. Don't need it.